so what's going on? And I said, well, I mean, the information just isn't given. I mean, you can't vote. And she said, well, why are the other trustees voting, yes? And I said, well, obviously, you'd have to ask.
Y'all should get clarity before you come to a board meeting and make rash decisions when they do the work for the entire month. We only come to the meeting once a month. Once a month, you're making big decisions for somebody's livelihood, and that's not fair to.
I'd like to make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
We're here to handle the business, not let the business handle us. That's what we are elected to do, sir. So please, let's continue.
Trustee Chris Gonzalez has accused Dothan Mayor Tiffany Henyard of orchestrating the theft of $2.02 million in public funds, sparking shockwaves in the community. This explosive claim adds to the growing list of corruption allegations against Henyard, further tarnishing her already controversial tenure. The accusations paint a troubling picture of fiscal mismanagement and abusive power within the village. Gonzalez's revelation comes after yet another failed meeting due to a lack of quorum, underscoring the ongoing instability surrounding Henyard's leadership and governance.
The business got done. The bills are paid. The employees will have their insurance. No, it says 100%. Well, 100% of one, 100% to who? I mean, that could be a lot of different things. What's the administrative costs? When's it going to start? When's it going to end? Just literally nothing.
Trustees of Dothan Village have denied authorizing nearly $20,000 in welcome banners along Sybil Boulevard, which were installed by Mayor Tiffany Henyard this summer. The banners were later removed by village officials, many of whom have been in ongoing disputes with the mayor over the past year.
To them. So go ahead, Stan.
Well, I have a few more comments based on that.
Okay. Well,
Trustee.
Hold on. You out of floor. Hold on.
No. Well, this is the board. So
it is the board.
So he can wait.
No, he's not going to. Come on, Trustee. Stop. You don't have floor. Trustee.
In a series of escalating events in Dothan, Mayor Tiffany Henyard finds herself at the center of multiple controversies, including allegations of financial mismanagement, misuse of power, and disputes with the village board. The latest controversy involves the removal of nearly $20,000 worth of welcome banners that featured Henyard's image and title, Super Mayor. According to police body camera footage obtained by Channel 5, Henyard questioned why the banners were being taken down after workers removed them from Sybil Boulevard. The footage shows the mayor speaking to a police officer, asserting that she had not authorized the removal and threatening legal action. Henyard, who is often referred to herself as the Super Mayor, demanded that the workers be charged, claiming that the banners were government property. In the footage, Henyard said, "If I have to press charges on them too because they are taking government property down, I will." The banners were erected earlier this summer along a major route in Dothan, but were swiftly taken down following complaints from local officials. According to Trustee Kiana Belcher, the banners were neither authorized nor funded by the village board. The vendor, Mosca Design, based outside of Illinois, requested that the banners be removed and returned after claiming the village owed them nearly $20,000 for the work. The vendor, Don Harmon of Mosca Design, expressed frustration over the lack of payment, stating that they had carried out the project based on Henyard's verbal assurances and signed documents. The ongoing tension between Henyard and the board escalated further with a statement from the trustees, who accused the mayor of frequently engaging vendors without the necessary approval. This disregard for proper protocol serves only to promote her personal agenda while unfairly burdening taxpayers with the costs, the trustees said in a statement. This sentiment is not new. Henyard has faced criticism from multiple board members for allegedly bypassing established procedures and financial oversight. In a statement issued to NBC5, Henyard's lawyer declined to comment on the situation, but the mayor has consistently defended her actions. She recently suggested that the removal of the banners was a political attack against her leadership. The situation highlights the broader issues that have surrounded Henyard's administration, including her unconventional leadership style, which some local residents have compared to that of authoritarian figures. One resident went as far as to liken her behavior to that of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, citing her prolific use of signs and posters promoting her image throughout the village. The controversy over the banners is only the latest chapter in a growing list of issues involving Henyard's administration. The mayor has been embroiled in numerous disputes with the village board, particularly regarding the management of municipal finances. Earlier this year, federal agents issued subpoenas for a set of business documents and financial statements from both Dothan and the nearby Thornton Township, where Henyard also serves as supervisor. The investigation has sparked further concerns over Henyard's handling of public funds, though the FBI has not publicly identified individuals under scrutiny. In August, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot was enlisted by the Doton Village Board to review Henyard's management of the village's finances. Her preliminary findings were troubling, revealing a budget shortfall exceeding $3.05 million. Lightfoot also expressed concerns about the village's credit card expenditures, noting that receipts were seldom provided for these transactions. Illinois State Controller Susana Mendoza has also raised concerns, pointing out that Henyard's administration has refused to conduct an audit and has failed to engage with the state agency responsible for overseeing government expenditures. Henyard's leadership has faced increasing scrutiny, and tensions within the village continue to rise. In a recent meeting of the Doton Village Board, Henyard had a tense exchange with Trustee Chris Gonzalez, who accused her of failing to disclose crucial details about a deal involving a $2.02 million giveaway to local residents. Gonzalez questioned Henyard's transparency, stating, "Not one word. It says 100%. Well, 100% of what? 100% to who? That could mean a lot of different things." Gonzalez's concerns about the lack of clarity and administrative costs were dismissed by the mayor, leading to a motion to adjourn the meeting. For the third consecutive time, the meeting was adjourned quickly due to a lack of quorum, with Gonzalez walking out in protest. Henyard, however, claimed that the important business had been completed, including paying bills and securing insurance for employees. She also emphasized that the village had secured a 100% tax refund for all homeowners in Thornton Township. Despite her efforts to defend her actions, Henyard's standing within the village has been severely undermined by ongoing disputes with the board, corruption claims, and financial irregularities. Even as she battles these accusations, Henyard has declared her intention to seek re-election as Doton mayor. Meanwhile, Henyard faces legal and financial challenges on a personal front as well. She and her boyfriend are currently battling eviction after failing to pay their rent. Janetta Hall, their landlord, confirmed to WGN News that eviction summonses and complaints had been handed to Henyard at the start of the meeting, further adding to the mayor's mounting list of controversies. The situation in Doton has highlighted deep divisions within the village, particularly between Henyard and the Board of Trustees. Many board members have accused the mayor of financial mismanagement and a lack of accountability. The village is grappling with a sense of instability, exacerbated by Henyard's refusal to cooperate with state oversight and her ongoing clashes with both local officials and residents. In the midst of all these issues, Henyard's administration has continued to struggle with basic governance. Meetings have frequently been adjourned due to lack of quorum, a symbol of the ongoing dysfunction at Doton Village Hall. The FBI's investigation into the village's financial practices looms over the administration, while Henyard's leadership remains under intense scrutiny from both the public and her fellow officials. As tensions continue to simmer, residents of Doton are left questioning the direction of their local government. While Henyard insists that her actions are for the good of the community, her critics argue that her leadership is more focused on personal gain and self-promotion than on addressing the real needs of the village. Whether Henyard will be able to weather these storms and maintain her hold on power remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. The road ahead for Doton is uncertain, and the village's residents are deeply divided.
Y'all should get clarity before you come to a board meeting and make rash decisions when they do the work for the entire month. We only come to the meeting once a month. Once a month, you're making big decisions for somebody's livelihood, and that's not fair to them. So go ahead, Stanley.
Well, I have a few more comments based on that.
Okay, well,
Trustee,
hold on. You out of court. Hold on.
No, well, this is the board, so
It is the board.
So he can wait.
No, he's not going to. Come on, trust me. Stop.
Last Monday, Doton Mayor Tiffany Henyard's landlord told WGN Investigates that she could no longer afford to let Henyard default on her rent payments, adding, "I think in her mind she feels like she's untouchable, and that's a problem." Meanwhile, Trustee Chris Gonzalez revealed detailed evidence allegedly linking Henyard to the misappropriation of $2.02 million in state and federal funds meant for community development and essential services. Gonzalez claims the funds were redirected to questionable projects and expenditures with minimal oversight. Significant amounts were allegedly transferred from the village's development fund to private accounts or contractors with ties to Henyard. Several projects listed as funded by the missing money reportedly either don't exist or were vastly overpriced.
I said, but either one of two things has happened. Either they're getting the information and they're seeing it, voting yes, or they're not seeing it, just like I am, and they're still voting yes. To me, either one's not right, because obviously, and then once again, it's just my opinion, but I mean, there's things that need to be questioned in there. So to me, either one's not right, but I guess that's something that, they would have to be asked.
Financial records related to state and federal grants in Dothan have reportedly been altered or withheld, making it difficult for trustees and auditors to track where the funds were spent. Trustee Chris Gonzalez alleges that part of the misappropriated $2.02 million may have been used to finance Henyard's personal expenses, including luxury trips, private events, and campaign activities. At a recent meeting, Gonzalez did not hold back in his criticism, calling Henyard's actions a betrayal of public trust. He stated, "This is a blatant misuse of power. The people of Dalton deserve better. They deserve leaders who are accountable, transparent, and dedicated to the community, not ones who exploit their position for personal gain." Gonzalez has called for a full forensic audit of Dothan's financial records and urged state and federal authorities to investigate Henyard's alleged crimes. He presented documents he claims were obtained from whistleblowers within the village's administration to support his allegations.
First of all, the why, I mean, it's just the questioning. They just don't like that I'm asking questions. And once again, you've been at the meetings. I don't think I've ever asked anything that was out of bounds. As a matter of fact, I think I've went the other way and have tried to be super respectful and, just trying to keep a certain decorum. To me, I guess it just comes down to that just the plain fact that I've questioned things, and other than that, I really don't know. If there's any other reason, but that's the main one that I could think of.
In the wake of mounting allegations against Dothan Mayor Tiffany Henyard, a growing wave of public outcry has emerged, with residents, community leaders, and political figures calling for accountability and transparency in local government. At the heart of the controversy is a claim that Henyard misappropriated $2.02 million in state and federal grants intended for community development, essential services, and infrastructure projects. Trustee Chris Gonzalez has been vocal in his criticism of Henyard, alleging that significant portions of the $2.02 million were diverted to questionable projects and contractors with personal ties to the mayor. According to Gonzalez, internal documents and evidence obtained from whistleblowers within the administration show that Henyard approved large sums of money for non-existent or overpriced projects with little oversight. One of the most disturbing claims is that the funds were used to cover Henyard's personal expenses, including luxury trips, private events, and campaign activities, spending that appears to be unrelated to public service. Financial records tied to these grants have allegedly been altered or withheld, making it difficult for auditors to trace the funds' movement or confirm where the money was spent. Gonzalez claims these funds were funneled into private accounts and inflated contracts, some linked directly to Henyard's personal circle of associates. These claims have sparked outrage among Dothan residents, many of whom feel betrayed by the mayor's alleged actions. Community leaders and activists have rallied around these allegations, organizing protests and petitions demanding Henyard's resignation and a full investigation into the village's finances. Maria Thompson, a local business owner, shared her frustration with the situation. "This is unacceptable. We work hard, pay our taxes, and trust our leaders to use those funds responsibly. If these allegations are true, Henyard has not just stolen money, she's stolen our faith in local government. The legal and political consequences for Henyard could be severe if the allegations are proven true. Embezzlement, fraud, and misconduct in office are potential charges that may be brought against her. Federal and state authorities, including the U.S. Department of Justice and Illinois State Police, have reportedly been alerted to the situation and could soon launch formal investigations into the alleged theft. The fallout from such investigations could result in fines, imprisonment, or both, and may jeopardize Dothan's future access to state and federal funding, which is critical for infrastructure projects and public services. In response to Gonzalez's claims and growing public pressure, Dothan's trustees have unanimously called for an independent forensic audit of the village's finances. Trustee James Peterson stressed the urgency, saying, "We need to act now to restore trust and ensure accountability. The people of Dothan cannot wait any longer for answers." The trustees have also urged both state and federal authorities to intervene, emphasizing the need for thorough investigations into Henyard's conduct. Political analysts have warned that the fallout from these allegations could have long-lasting impacts on Dothan, potentially harming its reputation, eroding public trust, and delaying crucial services and development projects. Dr. Karen Lewis, a political science professor, argued, "This is a pivotal moment for Dothan. If these allegations are true, it underscores the need for reform, not just at the leadership level, but across the entire governance structure. In addition to the financial allegations, Henyard is also facing scrutiny over her controversial appointment of Ronald Berg Sr. as the new police chief in September. Despite resistance from most Doughton trustees, who argued that Henyard lacked the authority to make the decision unilaterally, the mayor moved forward with the appointment. This sparked further legal challenges when the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board issued a letter to Henyard, informing her that Burge did not meet the legal qualifications to serve as police chief. The letter highlighted that Burge was classified as inactive due to the village's failure to submit the necessary documentation for his requalification. Burge had not undergone a requalification shooting since 2021 when he was serving with the Dixmoor Police Department, and as a result, he was not authorized to exercise law enforcement authority or carry a firearm. The board urged Henyard to remove Burge from public service until proper requalification procedures were completed. Despite this, a judge ruled in favor of Henyard, granting Burge interim police chief status for 30 days, while the search for a permanent replacement continued. Trustees, including Jason House, have expressed concerns that Burge should not be allowed to serve even temporarily, potentially bringing the issue back to court. In a stunning development, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot has stepped into the controversy, adding significant weight to the allegations against Henyard. Lightfoot, known for her no-nonsense approach to corruption, made scathing remarks about Henyard's handling of public funds, calling it a blatant disregard for fiscal responsibility. Lightfoot claims that millions in federal grants allocated for infrastructure and public welfare projects have gone missing under Henyard's administration, without proper documentation to account for their use. Lightfoot's comments highlight a pattern of alleged misconduct by Henyard, including the diversion of funds for personal luxuries, such as first-class travel, extravagant parties, and luxury vehicles. The former mayor also accused Henyard of awarding no-bid contracts to companies owned by her associates, which resulted in inflated costs and subpar work on vital community projects. Whistleblower testimonies within Henyard's administration have also pointed to the mismanagement of funds, with some reports suggesting that public money was used to finance Henyard's personal lifestyle, including property renovations and other non-essential expenses. Lightfoot has reportedly obtained financial documents, receipts for luxury goods, and internal communications that corroborate these claims. Internal emails allegedly show Henyard directing staff to prioritize payments to contractors with personal connections to her, further raising questions about the integrity of her leadership. The revelations surrounding Henyard's alleged misuse of public funds have struck a nerve with many Doughton residents, who have long voiced concerns about the deteriorating state of their community. Local activists and residents have pointed to neglected infrastructure, underfunded schools, and inadequate public services as evidence of Henyard's mismanagement. James Carter, a local activist, condemned the mayor's actions. "This is a betrayal. We've watched our town struggle while the mayor lives a life of luxury. It's time for her to answer for her actions." Protests and petitions calling for Henyard's resignation have gained momentum, with residents demanding that their elected officials prioritize the community's needs over personal gain. The political and legal consequences of the allegations against Henyard continue to grow, with many residents hoping that the ongoing investigations will bring accountability and restore trust in local governance. In response to the growing chorus of criticism, Henyard has denied the allegations, claiming that the accusations are politically motivated. She has dismissed the claims made by Lightfoot and Gonzalez, calling them baseless and part of a coordinated effort to undermine her leadership. However, critics argue that Henyard's response has been insufficient, with no concrete evidence to disprove the allegations against her. In her remarks, Lightfoot urged both state and federal authorities to take swift action, emphasizing the need for transparency and accountability. The residents of Doughton deserve transparency and accountability, and Mayor Henyard has failed them on both counts, she said, calling on law enforcement to conduct a thorough investigation, and Henyard could face severe consequences, including criminal charges for embezzlement, fraud, and misconduct in office. Federal prosecutors could pursue charges related to misappropriation of public funds, and community groups or watchdog organizations could file lawsuits seeking restitution for the alleged misuse of taxpayer dollars. Henyard's position as mayor could be in jeopardy if court rulings or investigations confirm the allegations. For Doughton residents, the alleged misuse of funds represents not just a financial loss, but a deeper erosion of trust in their leadership. The public sense of betrayal is palpable, with many questioning the integrity of their local government. As investigations continue, Doughton's future remains uncertain. If Henyard is removed from office or forced to answer for her actions, the village could face a long road to rebuilding its reputation and restoring public trust. The ongoing investigations into Henyard's administration underscore broader systemic issues within local governance, including a lack of oversight, transparency, and accountability. As state and federal authorities consider formal inquiries, the results of the proposed forensic audit could shed light on the full extent of the alleged theft. For now, protests calling for Henyard's resignation continue to grow, and public demand for a full investigation into her financial dealings remains strong. The controversy has not only sparked legal battles and political drama, but has also ignited a broader conversation about leadership, governance, and the need for reform in Doughton. Karen Lewis, the political analyst, summed it up. If these allegations are true, this is a defining moment for Doughton. It is a clear signal that reforms are needed, not just in leadership, but across the entire governance structure. As the pressure on Henyard intensifies, the residents of Doughton find themselves at a crossroads, fighting for transparency, accountability, and the future of their community. With mounting evidence, growing public dissatisfaction, and the involvement of high-profile figures like Lightfoot, the battle for justice in Doughton is far from over.